not having 0 kilobytes. So let's like rename this to like underscore. Okay. It's always a good place to put and make and like copy it. Alright. Access is denied. It's like unfair. And like unusual or something. Okay. Why? Can't we put like nmake here? It's like stupid. I have to copy it somewhere else and copy it there. Okay. I was like happy to notice that I can do that. Okay. Now what do we get? CL error again? Why? Make sure we don't like break it again. Okay. That's a little better. Something else is not happy though. Can't scroll up more. Or what this means. Oh, okay, so I need to copy more files. I was hoping that was going to be the case. Okay. I need to also copy core, just my estimated guess. Okay, I need to copy core exe, pb server exe, pb core, and serve, or serve. And now we need these two. There's always like cool serve, pb core. Oh, we need mspb. Oh, it's this one. Okay, good. They're all like nicely aligned. Okay. Now. Okay, where was our error? Let's see. Okay. WinSocket. I'm guessing we need to set some flag. This is the farthest I've been to doing this. AI is just going to probably have hallucinations, so I have to go read. So this is Visual Studio 2013. Lazy workarounds. What's this doing here? Okay. I mean, one of the ideas I'm getting, like, what if I just copy that into the folder, the right one? Because it's not getting the API socket. I think that's the only real issue. I hope so. But the other issue is OpenSSL. I'm not searching for nmake yet. Oh. I think I kind of know what to do. Now, let's see. Oh, I have two of these open. I should close one. Yeah, I burnt my hotspot data somehow with this. Let's see. Alright. It has something to do with Firefox? Protocol families. Oh. Okay. Nmake. Alright, what should we do then? What was it talking about? Okay, I don't know why there was 3 of them though. Okay, let's see. There's something else I wanted to write down. It's like, could be its own tutorial. Fastest way to do that. Like, Visual Studio should have an option to install Windows 7 SDK, but I don't believe back then it did. So I have to get this stupid ISO. It's like, damn it. Okay, so almost done, I guess. While it's doing that, we can set up text renderer. Alright. This is not the right thing I was looking for. It's cool that I found this. How do I search my stuff? Oh, that's so stupid. You could search in Grok, but you can't search in Google. Okay. Code and C. OpenGL 3, GLFW3, glue, TF, build, text, render, I guess, I don't know. Let's say I have this on the other computer. I kind of know what it should look like and what it kind of messes up on. So I'm supposed to do it. I should also tell Copilot, okay, TF build 2. It wants to use GLM. Did I use GLM on the other one? It makes a CMake file for me. Did all these wonderful things, but it's like, I don't think it did the main thing. How does it use character? I don't like what it wrote. And it gave me a cool setup I want to try. Okay. It's trying to map them. STD map. I'm going to put OpenGL.h, but no, it's glfw that this is going to need. I got to set up the whole project. I'm going way ahead of myself too fast. Okay. Glue this. Do all the includes first. I love how it does that. It's like really UI friendly. GLM is here, so we could just use GLM. Let's leave it out for a second. And then if I really... Okay, glue. Let's do sequentially glfw. Does this have the include there in it? Might as well throw that in there. We need free type, I think. I don't remember. Free type, is it a library or do we have to build stuff? MS build. Does that need a .lib file? I guess we have to run MS build on this. like wants to go to the other monitor, but whatever. I guess this should be painless. Let's see how much source code is in there. Not that much. It feels like it's going to be painless. Okay, it's 64-bit. We have to switch it to 32 after. Okay, succeeded. Good. So it's probably going to work. And it dumped out a DLL. Okay. I'll just copy this. When it complains it wants it, we'll give it to it. Okay, what else do we need? We wanted to keep GML out for now. Curl glue, okay, yeah. Keep this more minimal. Libraries. Ooh, this is a hard question. So I guess glue is this library. It's a debugger library. I don't know what it's going to be called. I think it's like all these. Then we need GLW library. And we need curl lib library, which is, I think it's just lib. Yeah. This thing we're trying to compile on another computer is this, like, really hard. Okay. I think this one supports OpenSSL already out of the box. Okay, now we need these libs. We might need the curl lib in here too. And notice that I'm screwing this up madly because that was all supposed to be 32-bit and this is 64-bit. I'm an idiot. Okay, so I have to redo that over. Let's just put this in here. I love this part. This part has to be done right. If you don't, and when you screw it up like that, it's always good to like go back and fix it right away because then you won't have like triple headaches or something when you try to switch architectures. Alright, we have to like glue again. Include GLW. And then include free type. And this time we'll do Win32 curl last or x86. Same type of 686 type notation or something. Yeah. Okay. Libraries. Okay. Looks like mostly this is the funnest part of making a video game. It's like building stuff in RTS. Just copy pasting a bunch of paths. Yeah, it's like really similar. I guess there you just click and spam units. Same thing. I like to have these in the right order and like nice third-party folders, but I guess free type doesn't need one. Doesn't need a folder since it's just going to be DLL. But I think there is an option. Is there an option? How do we build this to be static? I guess they don't have an option. Or did they? Did this dump a lib file somewhere too? There's a way to make it a static file too. Pretty sure. It's just like some command line argument thinger. Like if you hit properties instead of dynamic library, you make a static library, right? That way we can just build it can. Yeah, free type.lib. We'll just take note of that. Alright, library. Why would this all be 32-bit? Backwards support. Alright, let's see if this builds. Didn't even add all the code yet. Okay, unable to open TF build. Oh no. Did we screw up our include? Yeah, we need to switch it to x86. Why isn't it called Win32? Like, it's being stupid. Oh, build succeeded. What does this even do? It's just like out of interest, run this. Okay, good. We're missing a DLL, but then we're missing the glue DLL. We should be missing also the free type DLL, but since we don't like inject anything into it yet. Okay, so we need to do a few housekeeping. Let's include character and actually make it do stuff. Okay, so we include our character. Let's run this. No. We've destroyed everything we've ever cherished or something. Our honor has been lost to eternal. I don't know. Include map. Did that fix it? Yeah. Whatever map is. I mean, it's like our radar map. Where we got a bunch of shroud. GLM. Like, I can fix this stupid problem. This is easy. Just do this. Character equals texture. Oh, I hate this forward declaration crap. I didn't call it the right thing. Like, would this even work in C99? C++ pre. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. I'm like a dumb programmer. I don't catch up with the times here, for whatever reason. This is too difficult for me. So I'm just gonna like do my own thing. I'm gonna redo this whole nonsense. Texture ID equals texture. Paste this a lot of times. A lot of times. I think we need to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, maybe delete one. So the next one will be this with rows left. So this is, I guess, the best way to draw a quad with rows and left and top. What happens to I guess I messed up on my count there. What happens to like X, or I mean height? Confused here. Maybe it didn't do the right thing here. I don't think it did. I think Grok just hallucinated and gave me a bunch of spaghetti garbage. So I gotta go read like a big document on how to actually do this correctly. And I just kind of cheated. Alright. It did give interesting code though. So we'll see if this works. I wanted to take a different fork path. Alright, we do need a font though. Let's see if this compiles first. Alright, we get some gnarly linker errors. The reason it's saying this is because it thinks I'm dumb. Let's do this. Let's copy this. Put it in here. Let's just like take this out of here. Put it in here. Include the font instead of character.h. Make this into like some sort of like callable function. Then I don't know what that did, but it's created more problems than I ever imagined. Okay, so character.c++ obviously needs to have character.h included. Oh, there's also these other cool files like Carla Clar, C channel, and whatever. Okay, let's see. Should have just created like a ton of more problems. I don't know how it did. GL climb to edge. GL char. Nested pair. I don't know, maybe we should make these like static or something. I forget. I have it in the other file somewhere, but I think we need like glue in here too. Let's like take all this, stick it in here anyway. Oh, that like almost fixed everything. Load character. Let's like see where this is at. If we made a static library, you should be able to link it to the static library anyway. That fixes our problems. I'm completely fine without having to copy the DLL. It would be interesting to use the DLL though. See, so that just took us to this. Okay, good. So it knows it's there. I mean, we know that it's there because it's just not linking it correctly. That's a stupid question for it. Let's just give it the... Damn it. I want to see these idiots. Oh, why would it show me this? I want to see this right now. Oh, this is text renderer. This is doing it a different way. Yeah, so height, width. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a little cleaner right here. I mean, it's got the other parts to it too. Okay. It would be nice to implement a win main. Bypass this boo-boo crap. But I don't think we'll need like FW in that case. Like we could just throw some stuff away. Alright. Just get on with the linker. Ask this. How do I link with my RTS text renderer project that has errors? If it wasn't for this, I'd just go to Google and like figure this out anyway, but whatever. Or I just statically link this. And my code is, let me get to see what like LLMs do and stuff. Yeah. Take that, Grok. Trying to be smart. It tries to show you how it's thinking. It's just like sitting there inside a video card, sending a bunch of electrons. Like they're just like hallucinating all over the place. Yeah, he wants to go and find pre-typed out lib. No, I won't. Why would I need 64-bit versions of it? Now he's trying to write the entire program. Double check that pre-typed.lib matches the DLL version architecture. Additional dependencies. Yeah, because I'm wondering if there's multiple pre-typed.libs. Because one can be for DLL. Okay, that looks like a static one. Right, there's this one. He was right about that. I like his sharp guess right there. Then we have, I don't know, they're both in the same place. Huh. So should we waste time on this? Trying to do the same thing I'm hallucinating? We can do it without this. Why is this library folder like so much bigger than the DLL? Like nuts. It'd almost be easier to just like copy paste everything out of the free type project. So you can keep modifying things. Alright, let's just not waste time. We can ponder about this problem later, I guess. We'll completely forget about it. Sure, it'll come up again. Okay, we gotta add more crap. It's always like negotiation of madness. You still gotta go and copy all these DLLs too, which is annoying. It's like statically linking everything is like cool and not cool. But in some cases, as long as it works, it's not like the same problems that with Windows 7. You're just like lost in the middle of abandonment. You have to like rebuild the whole operating system, hoping that it'll somehow work. Alright, so that links. Let's see what happens if we run it. It'll just be a window. Good. It didn't complain about character.h not being there though. Alright. Let's do this. Code in C, find Windows System 32 folder. Okay, we need a windows.h for that. This is going to be some proprietary code. Alright, I guess. Let's just do it like this. So we need to like find a font. I don't know what happens if this returns. Why does it keep doing that? Like I'm typing wrong. I don't want to do it with this though. I kind of want to use strcat, but whatever. Guess I just have to. There's like some other function too that you're supposed to use. Like sprint and like something more safer. Does this find aerial, or do we have to append more? I think we have to append more. It's like, let's say we were crap, like, I hate it how it does that. I just closed something random that I don't want to close. Mouse has been doing that. AI is taking over the computer. It's really what's happening. It doesn't want us to like do smart things anymore. So if you were here, yeah, like why do we have this? Like what is this? This is not good. It's like AI corrupting file system. Oh, we could use like these files for textures. What is this enrollment toast icon? Everybody should have this in their computer. Yeah, right. These look like they're not. They are not PGN files. Huh. It'd be nice to like recycle that icon, but whatever. Font stub. font X. I wonder what's in there. There might be like some DLL in Windows you can use, but you can't do that. Oh, okay, so, oops, a little bit mess up here. We have to do this. Font Arial.tff. And this is all going to be dumped into system path 2. I know it can. Whose Windows system path is going to be super long. It's going to destroy their buffer, but that's their fault. Because I don't know why you would have a super long Windows system path. You have to be like some sort of strange person, like a developer with like a few use cases. Okay. Enough with that. We should do some error checking here, but who cares? Okay, so it's going to load this texture up. Find texture, okay. Now we have to go copy what Brock said. So it's going to be fun. So he uses this load characters function. What are we using? Yeah, similar type of approach, 128. We do want to support all the happy faces and stuff too later. That's going to be like funner. But that's why we have this map, so we could like really... So I do have the STB image save texture function, so take a look at what it did. Okay. So INIT just basically makes a texture for us. That's all we have to know. Now we just need to set up our OpenGL. Alright, so this sets this up. INITTF library. Let's do this. INITTF. Okay, we need to create shaders. Frame callback, create window. Damn it. Why is there 2 INIT glues for prototypes? So we know there's like something stupid here. Does the shader look right? He's taking the red coordinate. Yeah, he should be doing that. Okay. And he's using a 2D map. Okay. It would be nice to do the whole 3D thing, but it's like RTS. So okay. We need to create shader. Should we do this here or somewhere else? We should do it somewhere else. We should make like reloadable shaders too. Text shader. But the thing about this is like it's always good to have an Uber shader later. Okay. Let's just make this. And to have like lower version, not 3.3 core. love naming stuff like this. Okay. Getting a ton of small files, I don't know why. What's wrong with me? This load CD obsession. I'm supposed to just like load a model. Make this interesting. I mean simple. The other one is, I should just go look at my other example, how to do a cube. Just to get the text. I mean, just to get graphics on the system, we need to render a plane, a cube, some generic objects, a triangle, maybe a circle and a sphere, and I already said plane, and then a model. That's all we really need. Now we're going to include everything in all one file. Try it being organigenic or something. Okay, so now we have some sort of backlash. I like how he put comments inside the shader. It's very prestigious of him. The create shader program, creator shader program. We'll like call this after we do INIT faces, but we want to create the shader after the frame buffer callback, like kind of in the beginning. INIT GLW, okay. Yeah, so we want to create the shader before we create the text. For OpenGL reasons, it might not launch right. We don't have the context yet. So what we're going to do is, as soon as we have the GL viewport, should we be creating the shader before the viewport or after? So it's like dumb question. It's a dumb question because I could just go look. Okay, let's load up the example. Make sure it's. We know we have to do it. INIT buffers. Do we do buffers before or after? I think it's. We do the shader first and the buffer so that we could hook all the uniforms out of it. The initialization process, okay. Try to do this as fast as possible. Okay. While still maintaining integrity. Cool. Okay, so we need to init glfw, hint diversion, terminate it, pile the shader. init glue, first glfw, then glue. Here's glfw, then glue. Where's init glue? Okay, it's here. Does the window get created? Okay, and the shader gets created, and the VBO gets generated. And this doesn't even work right. Okay. How should our buffers look like though? init buffers. What does this thing do? Load characters. It just loads 6. Yeah, it kind of does the same things over there, which is stupid, but okay. What verts does it even use? GLPix to restore, unpack alignment 4. Find buffer triangles, draw. But where's it pulling it from? Where's it pulling the data from? I don't like this crap. We need like an engine.h to include these. It's like sometimes they call it common and engine and all kinds of really generic names. I love writing this part. If defs h thingers, they're like later on really makes it better. Okay, engine h will be this. So if we actually include engine h, I need a better name than engine h. It's like a really bad name. Okay, now we have already like what, 7 files? Alright, so we need to figure out vertices, indices, vertices. Got our definition. So this is definition of cube. Kind of not bad for having initial. Initial position. should look at the shader here. Inside shader, projection matrix. He's just going to take the XY and throw away the Z. How many coordinates is he going to have in the vertex? He will have 4, right? 4 times 6 equals 24. He's not even going to use an index buffer, elements buffer, so we can add that. Where was the code for the elements buffer? Is it in here? No. Does this thing try to use elements buffer? No. Should we use an elements buffer? I don't know. Attempt to recreate classic Need for Speed games 1 through 6, unpack their original data into modern scratch-built engine. Cool. I remember these games. Oh, that's so cool. Bullet 3 will be their engine. Boost will be their bloat library. Yeah, because there was this website called Need for Speed Cars, and you can go and download all the 3D models for all those cars. What the hell? Why would some stupid news show have programming stuff on it? Oh, guess I won't find out. Alright, gradient game engine. What is this? Did something. It's always good. Console, GL object, GL text. What do they do? So they put this for their positions? They just put a targa as the texture. Okay. What are their fonts? Arial exceptions are now working. This is, I guess, 10 years old. Whatever. What are the shaders? Okay. Color, image, and text. Okay. So how to do this right? Now, first we need to define this VBO stuff. .h. I guess these can be global. I don't know how you exploit them. Okay, that got rid of that error. I still don't see how they're passing in the vertices here. This is interesting. How can you call it like this? So you could just instantiate it without any data. Is this true? I just wonder if it is. I don't really care to find out because okay, that's that. This is the recode. Where was the one with the I feel so dumb. It's all food's fault. Yeah, this has EBO. Then it'll be like a pain to downgrade it. Yeah, because this is the way they found it here on INIT. They just pass in the indices. Let me see what the difference is. I just want to see what the difference is, really. There's a method to my obsessive compulsive disorder. Generate vertex arrays. Generate vertex array. Oh, here's calls gen vertex array. Here, bind vertex array. Then bind vertex array. Gen buffers. Oh, here they already generated the buffers. I like this. This is a little bit more cleaner. I like it like this. I'll leave that like that. And then bind vertex array. Like this. Bind vertex array. Bind buffer. Static draw. So how can an element array be static and then the stuff inside it could be non-static or something? That's an interesting question. I wonder what would happen if you did the other thing around. GL vertices. Alright. Bind buffer VBO. Buffer GL buffer data. GL buffer data. Vertices. Oh, so in dynamic he passes a null. He doesn't pass anything in there. And enable attribute 0. Okay, attribute pointer 1. Attribute this. Be times 3, avoid 0. Okay, and if we wanted elements buffer thinger, it would be this thing. Mark it as this. // e//. So we know what that is. Equals add for index element buffer render, or that's for later, I guess. It's like too much planning for the future equals like stupid. So it's like, why not just render this in Vulkan in the first place? Okay. So we need to end the vertices, I guess. What will they be? Because there's also GL subbuffer, which we have to like implement somehow. So the vertices are like this crap. Cube indices, cube vertices. And the way that they're defining it, really lost again. He's putting position X, position Y, plus height. He's putting zeros into the other ones. This is how it's being done. want to pass in something, but do we want to keep this crap here? Just like put cube. It's going to waste memory and space in the file, but put it in notes for now. That way we have a cleaner file. Okay, X position, Y position. Like, should I just guess these? I guess I could. What I'll do is I'll just copy paste this. So you could define like a predefine of like 10 characters and then just like rip through a for loop. What the ideal thing to do here is actually just start making our code. So what will actually be, let's do it here. Just like include a vector. I know this will exclude it from being just C code, but I guess like you just do this can be called, how do you do vectors again? Float or something? Text, vertices, renderer. It's all like a long name, so we could rename it later after we're done. TVR. It's always like, it's not a template. So can we just like make a for loop and just like add this crap? Say like we wanted like, I don't know, 100 characters, 128, 1,000. Let's start with 1,000. It's I equals 0, I plus plus, I is less than 1,000. Okay, then we need to like make TVR. Now we need to like define all these. Float expose is equal to 0, 1. We have to go down from 1,000 to like 5 or something, just to keep this sane. And later, float y pose h. Maybe we should do y pose first. 0.1 plus I cast it to a float times, well, I don't know, what would be a good value? 0.05 f, whatever. It's always like a good like guesstimate. Well, not the same thing for y. Just make it run horizontally for now. And YH will be plus 5, I guess. Should be higher, maybe. Let's just define a const. Define y height 0.05. I want it to do 0.1, but whatever. It'll just be this crap. And then float expose. What's the expose W? Is equal to expose plus define expose next char 0.075 or something. Even though the other part of the TF build should be taking care of a lot of this for us. When you instantiate it, I guess we have to put something in there that's valid. Alright, so we got all that done. Now I need to like copy paste this. Just push back what it says. First push back expose. Just need to push back correctly here. Then we'll push back ypose h. Because the order here is the critical doomsday mass. Then it's going to be UV coordinates. So it's like, great, passing UV coordinates by hand. Okay. Generated that. Generate column 2. There's only 6 of these, but this is like really good practice programming. Okay, we need to figure out what column 3 is now. Some of them are the same because it's like 2 triangles. Equals W. Ypose. It's 1. It's 1. 1. Okay. Didn't say that right, but on the screen it's okay. Column 4. Same thing. Generating this triangle by doing these columns. This one is same as indice 2 or indice 1, depending on whether you're using zeros or ones for array number. And it's both 0, 0. So these should be same. Or, oh, because the no. I hope it wrote this wrong. So indice 4. Oh, is this 4? H, yeah, so why is H? Yeah, okay, good. Double check that. So you have to like intuitively do this too. I could draw the triangles on the screen too, but whatever. X, W, but then this goes for like creating crazy mods with this, if possible. This is just kind of boilerplate just to get it up and running. It's just like the starter code. Okay, so we're on the last one. X with width, Y with height, and 1, 0. Alright, so I think I got it all right. It'll generate, let's generate only 5. So get the math right here. Vertices, size of vertices, so let's pass in vtr.size, and into the thinger, I think we got to pass in vtr.data. I don't know if we need to cast anything. Okay. That way we can use our VTR as the vertex thing. Okay, so that instantiates our buffers. So just copy our thing and just see if it works. All right, to create shader program. I guess we can make the shader inside engine. Shader is a GLU int. I'll just put that in engine for now. Even though I would like to put it in text shader. Yeah, let's just put it in text shader and actually call it shader text program. And then link things up. We need the shader include inside of main shader text shader. Okay. Create shader programs undefined. Create shader text program. Rename this. So like different name. It has to be a GLU int, I guess. And then I have to actually write it. And then it'll for now be, later it'll be like, I guess Uber shader. Bind text, bind buffer EBO, bind buffer array vertices, try array scale, next advanced triangles. Okay. The way this draws this is insanely stupid. I like the other program on my computer that's way better, but I can just go upstairs and like open it and then just view it and fix things up. Render text. It's so stupid the way it does it. It literally the only cool thing is the color part. It literally like draws more triangles as it goes. It did write the projection matrix nicely, kinda. Blend. Okay, before the while loop, we should put this. Okay, we gotta clean that. Projection matrix, window width, window height. Yeah, we'll make it 800 by 600 right now. Later on, could actually go and programmatically figure that out. What video card supports. Well, for full screen, you need to figure that out. For non-full screen, you don't. But, okay. Projection, is that a shader parameter, projection? Okay, it seems to be the right name. Got texture coordinates in the shader and blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 in the texture. Okay. We init buffers. Do we do that yet? The init buffers create the shader program. The shader program isn't done. Where do we init the text portion? Oh, load character space. INIT face. What does our stupid face thing do? Oh, character. Ours just does INIT free type. Is there a context thing? I think we have to like make a global context. After create shader program, we will call creator font texture. Actually, after creating buffers, right? At least that's the way this does it. How does the other thing do it? The order of this is always kind of interesting. So you screw something up, then it's like, yeah, it's after INIT buffers. But in this program that I'm looking at, the texture loader is stupid. Doesn't work yet for VTF. That would be nice to make hit load VTM material textures and use shaders out of that are across GLSL. So when it loads this texture out of texture, before it does viewport, or does it do viewport? It does it like up here, doesn't it? Does this even have a GL viewport? That might have been a problem. Oh, it does, but that's it. It never calls it before then. That's interesting. So we are going to put in the resize thing. But why doesn't that program do it? Let's see where the Q box does the viewport. Qbox doesn't have texture, but I don't think. Binds arrays, does blend, shader program, draw stuff. Does it also do viewport just in the resizer? Yeah. Okay. GL viewport gets called before all this crap in this. Uh-oh. it gets called right after glue init. I guess it's a good place for it. Whatever. Figure that out later. Oops. Wrong project. That would have been interesting. Glue init. Okay, put that here. Resizer. Did we do our shader program? No, we just need to do shader program. Just run this thing already. Okay. What's wrong with our shader program here? Is this the one we're following? This one or the barred one? I believe it was the barred one. Oh no, I'm so confused. With AI, it's like, here, don't have this memorized. It's pretty much like stupid to do it with AI. Better to go to like OpenGL and learn it that way. Even if you fail, and then go and do it this way. If you fail, then you'll start unfailing. And then you can also visit all the GitHubs and just see how they do it. Let's see. Set up text rendering buffers. We did that. Where's this stupid thing with how you compile the shader? Did he even write that? I don't think he did. He gave us a shader and this cool glyph thing, whatever he gave us. He tried to use GLM. I ripped that out, threw it away. Yeah, I see only 3 references to shader program. There's a reference to get color uniform. Is that a part of the shader? And how they do shader GameActivity. They write a shader class. So it would be nice to do the Android way of doing things in here. Okay. Let's see. Stupid shader compiler. Alright, get this shader compiler, shader program. Create shader type. Copy paste this crap into the shader. Click shader thinger. This uniform thing, I think we're just gonna have to take care of in main for now. After our texture or our projection. We'll do it after projection. Just set that to color. What is this color crap? That's some barred crap. How did he define this color crap? I think he made like another class for it or something. Like, how come color is X, Y, and Z? Oh, because he made it a vec3. It's like stupid. Let's make this a float color 4. Float G underscore text main color 4. Set color 0 equal to 1. Color offset 1 equal to 0.0. Offset color 2 0.0 and offset color 3 equal to 1 because we don't want it to be transparent. And then pass it into text color. We are going to have to modify the shader, satisfy our particular choice of color here because we have a vec4 color, or I mean a float array 4, which basically means we are going to use the alpha if it's possible. Our shader program is shader. There's some stupid thing about this. Why is this mad? Oh, because it should be GL uniform 4F. And then in text shader, to modify that problem. So this is spec 4. Changes to vec 3. I have to modify the actual shader code here. And comment that. Tell it just multiply text color times sampled. Okay. That fixes that crap. For some reason it broke everything. Maybe because I have this stupid thing here. Why is text shader broken? Oh, text shader .c++ needs to have included text shader.h. That was like pissed. Okay, printf. I'll change that to printf. Let's add to engine std gremlin. I mean stdio.h. Exit. Exit is undefined. Why is exit not defined? I think it's like exit symbol cannot be found. I think it's stdlib we need for exit. We could also do Windows exit too. cd lib.h. I think that'll take care of exit and engine. Operating system calls and stuff. Okay, printf. We want printfs. We don't want those print error ones. They don't show anything up sometimes. Sometimes they do. Maybe you have to have both. Alright, Vertex Shader source code. Create shader program. So we just have to rename our shader program. It has to be called create text shader program. I should create it. Okay, so this should work now. Right, everything's ready. Except for the rendering loop. There's some sort of problem there. Yeah, let's run this. We will have to copy the DLLs over. Oh no, sprintf is not defined. How dare I do this? Sn sprintf. Undefined parameter of aka size and type int const char. Inline C. This is a defined method though. The buffer, the format, and then the var args. Vsn sprintf. I don't know. Stdio. I don't know my stdio. Okay, is it still pissed? Init something must return a value. Init buffers. So in buffers init, it's just like return 1. Or in Vulkan, success is 0, so let's return 0. Sprintf may be considered using sprint. Oh, underscore s. Okay. Let's try underscore s. Sprintf underscore s. Unsigned, defined, and shader text, shader already defined, and RTS program. Okay. There's some sort of programming errors there. Okay, whatever. What is this crap? Yeah, it's declared here. Who cares? Where else would this be? Nice thing you have the debugger. If I'd like circular link this, check why it caused this problem. Okay. Text shader and declared in .h. So what we have to do, put an extern on this, and throw the main definition in text shader. I'll do it, I don't care. Okay, I think that got rid of that one. Now let's do the same thing to VBO and VBO. We're gonna need to use these in like the main function. We don't yet. We don't even draw anything. But we want to draw the quads first. And what the count is going to be for INIT buffers, it's going to be the amount of floats generated. So it's going to be int I num vert to see. And the way we use this later is for like the Uber shader things, I think. So if it every time it goes through an I, it does 6 of these. So inum buffers will be plus equals. I think it's faster if you do the number plus a 6. I don't know. It depends on your optimizer or compiler, but I like the other way too. But I like this way a little more easier to understand. Compute database insert or something. Okay. We define these. Okay, so just throw these up here, and set that up, and then put an extern in front of these. Same thing with this vector VTR. We're gonna have to like insert more into it and expand it as it goes, and make it at like 1,000. We'll later expand it initially to 1,000. First expanded to 1,000 by dynamically. It's just like insane. Text vertice ripper. Okay, compiled. Okay, so we have a little issue here with debug DLLs not being present. So we're kind of building our program. This is like, we haven't even built our first supply depot or power plant. Supply depot versus power plant. Which one do you like more? If you play the game, how do we cancel this? Like, how do we say no? Oh, escape. Okay, we can say no, but it's gonna do it again. No. Why is it Why is it being so mean to us? Okay. Okay, so we have this text renderer. When we run it, So it ended up being 1.463 kilobytes, which is the debug version. And note, we are recycling Arial font. Different operating systems will have different fonts or something. Pretty sure you can go like save every megabyte, but in some sense it does make sense. It'd be like good to have that terminal font from Linux. Just have that as the default. Alright, so we got GLW.DLL, we need glue. The hunt for glue.dll. Then we need curllib soon. We need to implement curllib soon. So we have something to display that's not just like me typing out, I love UIs, RTS game, cool, stuff like that. This is stupid. Okay, where do we find these stupid files? I think free type just got statically linked. We'll figure that out later. On how I use ext file. Glue. Glue is so stupid. I need like more food. Oh. So stupid. I mean, pardon my folder finding capabilities. Damn it. Stupid debug / win32 x64 386 Atari.11 X Windows system thing. Alright. I think on other computer we should have Windows thing downloaded. Okay, so it does something. Okay, it doesn't crash. Could ftstream open could not open C Windows fonts Arial TTF. Oh, really? Why not? So our font program doesn't work at the end. Okay, so I need to switch. I hate it how it does this. Like, it has this special thing for the font folder. Are we not allowed to access this? Probably not. I think I've tried this before, like this. Oh my god. What did that just do? Open type. No, what I have to do... Yeah, I know that the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. A, B, C, D, E, F. Never mind. Open type. Okay, so we have all these like fonts here. It would have been nice if I just databased all this. But I'm just gonna take Explorer, search Fry's Electronics, see that they closed them all down, and read about the presence of font files in this folder. Okay, where's Arial? Oh, they're called .font. I'm searching for error. .ttf. There's no such thing as Arial.ttf. Unless I misspelled something. It's called RO. Okay, so it's called that. Okay. So I need to go into my texture folder, which is actually called character. I don't know why I called it character. It's a bad name. It's actually character, like, as in. So this is using forward slashes. That's using backslash. This is an operating system thing. Okay, so we have to use 2 slashes here. Operating system problem thing. Okay, let's try this again. Cannot open it for writing. Yeah, you can. Next we have to draw the buffers. So if we times... Okay, did it open it? Like, I don't get it. Didn't get that at all. Like, what happened there? Stupid. Well, the pop-up didn't say that we didn't, so we must have. We could double check this. What our texture faces look like. It's kind of important to actually just get that running first. Let's just do stb image writer, and then we'll do bitmap hpp github githut. We will need stb. Let's just make a new folder. Add new item. Call it stb image right. It's like incorrect. Hit raw. Define stb right image implementation. That way it works. What we're going to do is we're just going to spit out the texture. stbw Windows. Yeah, if compiling for Windows and you wish to encode Unicode file names, compile. It would be nice. Using different language, I don't know, whatever. Let's just define this. We'll stick this into engine, I guess. First we need to implement that, then included. Quote stb slash stb image right stb. I don't know how to type. stb image wrong. I spelled something. Okay. I don't know why that's not happy. Why are you not happy? Okay, it's because I put her in the root folder, but I'll just note that to get rid of spam for later. Okay. The other one is bitmap image HPP. This is for generating stuff. It's a really nice little this thinger. And why this has to do with fonts, I don't know. Just must be a folder bitmap HPP. Add new item. Will Visual Studio be mad if I call this an HPP file? I don't think it will. I'll just have to take it. Do this. One of the reasons I do this is because same procedure as the other one. Oh wow, what are these stupid VR color map? Yeah, we could do cool things with the font. I remember I made the font different colors on the other computer. Huh. Alright, just engine, include this crap. Why does it always draw double quotes, 2 outcoming lines? So stupid. And it put it in some other place. Where did I save this crap to? add existing item. I did something stupid. How did I do that? I knew something dumb would happen. Okay. Oh, it should have been called bitmap image. Huh. Uh-oh. I would have gotten the wrong file. I named it the wrong thing. Oh, cool. It's the wrong page. I don't know that there was a username bitmap on GitHub anyway. GitHub user content. I don't know, it was GitHub user content too. Okay, so this looks right. Bitmap image, bitmap, yeah, okay. Maybe there's another GitHub for this. But he actually takes the sunflower and like redoes it or something. I don't know. I'll have this in here too, for whatever reason. Alright, so we have still unexpected errors. Mostly in HPP. Oh, why did I include this? Huh. Yeah, because he likes using this stupid code. Oh, this is supposed to be image right. But they're both being stupid. Let's take a look at something real quick. Master branch, tags, all tags, releases. So we have to fix these errors. I think it's just like one error really. It's just using this max wrong. When you have Windows library, some other libraries, they collide with this thing. Current document, search for max, find all. It starts here. See what AI says. I kind of know what the issue is, but I don't know this notation that well. Standard library, numeric limits, double the maximum value, but max collides with min-max inside of min-win-def. So either I have to define underscore Windows, yeah, So it's a stupid problem. On def windows or minimum windows. Fix this error. Alright, we should get the other error to go away. Can't believe we're doing this stupid crap part of the code. Okay. The other error should have went away. Which it did. Let's expand this. If Grok doesn't fix this bar, it will. I think. I like how it gave it all those numbers to think about. It really gives it a headache. Our apologies, but your input is larger than Vorgon's ego. Please provide more manageable version. Okay. I'm glad he told me that. Sometimes it just like dies. Okay. Fix these errors. I have windows.h included in my project, and min-max functions are colliding with this error. And here is some code. Nipple it to cheat. I mean, fix. Maybe he'll figure out what I mean by all that. From bitmap image.h. Damn it, I misspelled HPP. Oh. Define no min-max windows. I know about that one. Include limits. Enum color plain green RGB mode. Unsigned int max. Unsigned int max. If def. We do have if def. Alright. Limits. Limits is in there. Undefined. It's just undefined min-max. Oh, I think I have to undefine it before limits, though. This is going to cause some other gnarly errors. Okay. STB force image right error in character. Okay. So what we have to do, out of engine, we have to pull out STB image right, I think. Oh no. Define image implementation. Put that into character. I think do this. Yeah. Alright, so he binds the texture here, puts it in. Oh, interesting. He's generating a checkerboard. Take that away. From this file. If I had more time, I tell it from an OpenGL bound texture on array so-and-so or something. This is a pretty common thing to do, though. Okay. No, we want what was loaded in the buffer. Stupid thing. Damn it. This is kind of cool, too. I think on my other one, it's different. It's reads it out of memory. Yeah. It's going to read it before it inserts it. I don't like this way. Oh, this does it this way? It makes a texture for every character? It doesn't make a thingamajigger? That's awful. This is terrible. What's the file name going to be? Whatever the character's life is. No, it's going to be crap. And we need OF stream. That's bad. Yeah, this is terrible. This is such crap. I didn't realize this till now. I think I have to go get that code and eat something. No. O string stream? What the hell is an O string stream? I think it's an IO stream. Oh, string vector stream. Okay, unresolved external init free type character. Why are we getting this now? Oh, it's to be write BGN. Okay. What did that do? Should have created a lot of spam somewhere. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh no. So this is how the individual bitmaps look like. But they're different, so you see that quads are not same size. So it creates this really interesting problem that they described on the Wikipedia, some kind of PDF page. And some of the glyphs don't even have characters that we don't need to even take care of. That's why I need to go on the other computer, because I have this set up like it's calling the right function for this to be rendered. So let's try to render something and then figure that part out. But we do have it dynamically, I think, allocating the buffer. So that's one little plus. The other thing I didn't do yet is changing this stuff runtime. There's no like render loop. I could write one. Let's just draw it to what it has and just watch it crash and burn. Iterate through all the characters. Alright. Render text. Let's copy this function and modify it a little bit. Render text should actually go into its own file. But since like I need to do a few tests, it won't have this vertex thing. We'll just have draw arrays, bind buffer, get the texture color, for string iterator. I like the way it tries to do it. Oh, it's based on the bearing. characters is not defined. It's calculating this width based on size and scale. Okay. Just add render text conceptual text or something like that. Copy paste this again in here. And then go back to our main. Just rip everything out. Well, it should be? Yeah. Everything we commented out. We're right through these characters. We don't need that. Vertices. We need that. Texture ID. Where are we going to get this? Oops. Kind of have to like fix this color thing. 0, 1, 2, 3. Then add 4. Shader program needs to be string. X, Y, Z. What about this whole definition really? Just go color. Rip out scale too, whatever. We need shader to stay. Just call VAO. Find buffer vertices. BTR or something, right? Dot size. No, we actually don't need this part. Subdata. Dot data. Yeah, whatever. Texture ID. We'll just put like texture ID into this. Alright, almost done. That, no need for that. Bind texture 0. What if we don't bind the texture of vertex 0? Let's draw this crap. Draw array 6. Or draw count. Okay, int. I draw start. I draw amount. Let's put this in there. That's in the triangles. We'll draw and put this render text into loop. start 0. I draw amount equal to the amount buffer return this. So we don't have to like count ourselves. This will be kind of later for the thinger. Where do we instantiate buffer? Int I num alloc text verts. That's a nice name. The other name that's nice is to free type. Should tell us the amount of textures or something. Or the amount of characters it allocated. Because different alphabets will have different textures and stuff. Alright, we'll figure that out later. List system of languages. GL texture ID. We'll just set it to like 30. What if we guess? Shader program? Oh, it's our text shader program thing. Color. We'll just make this float color 2 for color 2 0 is equal to 1.0. Color 1 is equal to 0. 0, but float f. Oh, we can just go if color 2 1 is greater than 1.0. Set it back to 0 again, and just color 1.0 is equal to color 1.0 plus equals 0 0 1 thinger. Same thing with color 3 and 2 0 and color 2 3 so 1. So color 2 go be pointer for color. I draw start will be I draw start. I draw amount will be I draw amount, and render text is done for now. It's got problems. Like it's not reading the map. Because we're trying to design the allocator. Okay, so it didn't draw anything. I don't know why. Interesting. Need to check. Color. How do we do color? Something like GL clear color 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, comma 1.0 F. We got the F's. F, F, and F. F. Oh, what did I do this wrong? Okay. Let's see if the color changes now. Oh, there's a random S because of F's. No, color doesn't change. We have other problems. I think our OpenGL context is not responding. Okay, GL swamp buffers, GL pulls, GL terminate. Create shader program. Make context window. I kind of tried to compact this as much as possible. And it still turned out not to work. No. Okay, let's just look at cube example. That'll cube us into shape. Okay, GL window, create window, no pointers. Septic start there. Create window. If not window, terminate. Create, make it the context. Set the callback. IT it. Don't really need the viewport now, I think. Give it some error check. I think we need error check and shaders though. If cannot INIT glue terminate, I guess. Well, it will return 1, which is kind of the same thing. Shader text program, INIT buffers. What I really should do is just run it in the debugger. Just see what all the values are. I should kind of know what they should be. But it's not like Vulkan where you can just like see shit. Well, it's the same. Let's see. We should be writing a bunch of files, which is bad. With shader. Yeah, it'll exit if the shader didn't compile. I'll just put 2 breakpoints in shader. I think shader is fine. What's not fine is just some sort of, it's this. Vertex attribute pointer, vertex data, static draw. Okay, we want dynamic. Bind buffer VO, vertex array, bind buffer array 0. Why is buffer data before attribute data? I believe that's wrong. Just by looking at it. some stupid little mistake. Delete the fragment and whatever shaders. Shader. Does it do that? I think it does, yeah. Linking will fail if it fails. Process input. Let's go look at the shader's position code. Projection is equal to vertex position. Okay. Texture coordinates is WM. I think it kind of wrote the shader wrong. Should be just like, don't times this by projection. This would be like just 2D shader. Oh, it's a good thing. How come it's doing this? And now it's not doing it. That was an interesting result. You can call it that. Okay. I've managed to really screw it up. Now, before we sample it, let's change shader again. Let's just change shader to text color. That way we can debug it a little and get to the next part. Yeah, but change size. Kind of dies on itself. Vertices it has, should have 5 times 6. 0. NIT buffer is 0. Oops. Turn that right. That might have been one of the problems. Okay, now it's still 0. How come? INIT buffer is 0. Okay, INIT buffer is plus equals 6 in the for loop. Put all this crap into it. Your T-size data. If it didn't do that, like, what did it do? Is it I++? Did I get the for loop wrong? There's no way. Yeah, it's like, how is that not incrementing? Oh, bad programmer. I didn't know that. Okay. Something's wrong. What if we run this in debug mode? I am a bad programmer. I wrote the for loop wrong. Somehow, I wrote the post thing, like, I don't know why. It just seemed logical at the time. That's weird. The condition goes in the middle. The operation goes at the end. Okay, but it still doesn't draw right. Then it like flashes a bunch of colors. It's really weird. Because the way it's operated to do it, gets the uniform color, sets it to red for the shader. Then it sets it to like a gray for the back thing. Then it sets the color in render text to that switching color. And it draws all the triangles. And there's 5 times 6, so there's 30. Should be 5 characters. And it should be incrementing x by 0.05, right? X next char, x height x position plus I plus 1.05. We need another constant here. We'll just make it x pose inc. How many? 5.1, 0.2, let's say 0.2. So x will appear I times x pose inc that. Why is that so unhappy? It is so unhappy. Oh, because of the semicolon. Okay. So the x position will be based on I at x position 2. Okay, let's just see. But why does it stop doing it when you resize? That's the big question. Resize isn't special. It's so stupid why it doesn't work right. $36.0. Okay, this is draw elements though, it's different. Let's do a little bit of maintenance work. In draw, it is supposed to call, bind vertex array 0, bind buffer 0. So it does that. No, I'm talking about draw, not this. Draw, I mean render text. Don't bind texture. Don't bind vertex or unbind the vertex array. Draw arrays. Draw arrays triangles. Start. Bind buffer VBO. Bind the texture. Bind the vertex array. Bind active texture. Texture 0. Texture shouldn't matter. Let's see, let's look at shader code again. Why can't we figure this out? Let's just set color to green. So it just makes spec 4 1. That's still weird though. Why is it even doing that? That's like the hard question right there. Our texture. Is it really called our texture? I think so, but I don't know. Sampler text. Our texture. Okay, I guess we'll call it our texture now. Whatever that did. stupid how it does this. It's the whole problem. I need to get rid of this and just write it all into one file. Texture ID. It's so dumb. Okay. That's not the problem though. The problem is that it's flashing like that. GL event pools. Texture ID stuff I can fix. Why is it just bad? GL swamp buffers, GL pools, delete stuff, process input, delete the fragment shader, view model, bind the vertex array, draw elements. An IT buffer, then shader. This is really simple. I can't believe I've taken so long to get this to work. IT buffer and then shader. Okay, so let's switch that around. What could be the problem though? No, this is crazy. And it still should work after you resize, obviously. It's like, it works here. Perfect. Might be a uniform being screwed up. Okay, projection. Is that a shader thing or? Yeah, projection. Just like, seems like something's just ripping out of the memory and just corrupting everything. Okay. What if we get rid of this? This was supposed to be a plus. Whoops. What if we do weird stuff? Like take bitmap out of this. I don't think that'll help. I think I know what it is, though. I think it's like the memory. It has to be. It's not a pointer thingamajigger. But it still should have been sent to the GPU. This is the part I don't get. Alright, I'm going to have to go log in upstairs, get more code. Have to solve this.